How many people know the basics of English? Hello, goodbye, thank you, you're welcome, I'm sorry, excuse me, and so on and so on. I'm sure a lot of you already know those basic English phrases, correct? But what if I told you there's a way you can make that basic English sound advanced? Does that sound interesting to you? Good, because that's what I'm teaching. In today's class, I'll be showing you how to make some of the most basic English sound more advanced. So, welcome back to English Only 101. If you're new here, hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed to it already. Let's get started with the class. It's time to have some fun. This is English Only 101. Okay, so the first basic English phrase is thank you. Thank you. Everybody knows that one, right? So how do you make thank you sound more advanced? You just add a few words to it. You could say, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Or you could say, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. And that's something I personally always say, right? When somebody gives me a compliment, I always say, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Because I feel like saying thank you isn't enough. It doesn't get the message across to show how much I really do appreciate it. So I always add something to it. I always say something like, thank you. That means a lot to me. Or thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Because I feel like that right there truly shows people how thankful you are. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's the reply to thank you most of the time, right? So how do you make you're welcome sound more advanced? Same thing, add more words to it. You could say, you're very welcome. Anytime. You're very welcome. Anytime. Anytime. Anytime means anytime you need help, let me know. Or maybe you're saying it to somebody that you personally know. Maybe a family member tells you, thank you, man. And you say, you're welcome. I know you'd do the same for me. That's a good one. You're welcome. I know you'd do the same for me. That is a perfect response to thank you. That right there is advanced English. I know you'd do the same for me. You'd is you would, that's a contraction. And here's a little secret, you'd, do, they both have a D together, right? You'd and then do. So those two D's together, you don't even have to really pronounce both of the D's. You could just pronounce one of them and it sounds like you're saying you'd do. So you could say, you'd do the same for me. Does that make sense? So if it's too hard for you to say, I know you'd do the same for me, just say it as if there's one D that connects them together. I know you'd do the same for me. I know you'd do the same for me. Boom! Pow! What about this one? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As I said in one of my other videos, I'm sorry is one of the most important English phrases you need to learn because saying I'm sorry means you have good manners. That's a great thing. So, how do we make this one sound a little bit better? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. This right here is a humorous way of apologizing, and it makes you seem a little clumsy. You didn't mean to do what you did. It was an accident. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now this one right here is very important because once again, it's going to make you look like you have great manners. When you see somebody talking and you have to interrupt because you have to ask them something, you say, hey, excuse me. But how do you sound more advanced and more polite when you're interrupting somebody? You would say, excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting. Hey, excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting. You saying I'm sorry for interrupting is amazing. right? People will automatically stop what they're doing and listen to you without being upset because you apologized for interrupting. You had great manners and your English sounds advanced. Boom, you're killing two birds with one stone. Or what if you have to say excuse me when you need to get through somewhere? There's a group of people standing right there and you need to get through that way. So you say, excuse me. Hey, sorry, excuse me. How do you make that sound a lot better? How do you make that sound like you know more English? You would say, excuse me, can I squeeze by real quick? Thank you. Excuse me, can I squeeze by real quick? Thank you. Can I squeeze? This is what squeeze means. But if you mean squeeze by, it means squeeze by. Can I squeeze by real quick? So one more time, excuse me, can I squeeze by real quick? Thank you. How are you? How are you? That's some of the most basic English ever. And I am about to show you how to spice that phrase up and make it sound a lot better. Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna act like I haven't seen somebody in a long time. Oh my God. It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? You hear that? It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? Be honest, which one of those sounds better? How are you? Or something that sounds so much more enthusiastic. It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? I think that one sounds better. That's just me though. That's just my opinion. Hello. Hello. That right there is the definition of basic English. You have to spice that up if you want to sound advanced. If all you say is hello, it sounds very basic. Making hello sound more advanced is very easy. You could say, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? That right there is more advanced than just saying hello. Or, hello, it's so good to see you. Hello, it's so good to see you. Hello, it's so good to see you. Anything you add to the word hello will sound more advanced and it will sound better. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with just saying hello, but when you just say hello, you sound shy, you sound afraid of actually talking. And if you're trying to learn English, the whole point is to speak as much English as possible. So just saying hello doesn't help you that much. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't know if everybody feels this way, but whenever I say the word goodbye, it just sounds sad. So right here, I'm gonna stick with just teaching the word bye. Here's two great examples. Bye, it was nice talking to you. Bye, it was nice talking to you. Bye, it was nice talking to you. Or bye, I'll talk to you later. Bye, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. To me, that sounds way better than just saying goodbye. Good morning. Good morning. Most of the time when you're saying good morning, it's usually to your family, your kids, your wife, your husband. When I wake up in the morning and I say good morning to my kids, I usually say, good morning. Did you sleep good? Good morning. Did you sleep good? Did you sleep good? Or if it's your wife or your husband, you can say, good morning. Do you want a cup of coffee? Good morning. Do you want a cup of coffee? And here's a quick tip. You don't actually have to say good. You could just say morning. Morning. Do you want a cup of coffee? That's even more advanced. A lot of people don't know that. You don't have to say good. You could just say morning. And to make it sound even more advanced, you don't have to say do you. Do you want a cup of coffee? You can just say want a cup of coffee. These right here are little tips and tricks that can make learning English a lot easier. So if saying do you want a cup of coffee is too difficult for you, drop the do you and just say want a cup of coffee. So, morning babe, want a cup of coffee? Morning babe, want a cup of coffee? Good afternoon. How's your day going so far? Good afternoon. How's your day going so far? Good afternoon is the basic phrase, and adding how's your day going so far makes that phrase more advanced. Good afternoon. How's your day going so far? Good night. Good night. Again, just like when you said good morning, usually you're saying good night to your family, to your kids, to your wife, to your husband. So you could say, good night, babe. Good night, babe. Or whatever you call your wife or whatever you call your husband. Good night, beautiful. Or if you're telling your kids good night, you could say, good night, have sweet dreams. Good night, have sweet dreams. I tell my kids that every single night. And also you could say good night, I'll see you in the morning. Good night, I'll see you in the morning. And again, just like good morning, you don't have to say good. You could just say night. Night, I'll see you in the morning. Night, babe. Night, kids. Night, night. Have sweet dreams. All of these things may seem very basic to you, but it's a lot more advanced than just saying the basic English phrase alone. Trust me, it's the small things that make the biggest difference. Remember that. If you liked this video and you found it useful, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Leave me a like. Subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you on the next video. Peace out.